Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Last time out you saw this.
And it's called New Fancy.
Maybe a little bit of what you fancy.
Is that a promise? Well, up here on this viewpoint we're about just under 200 metres above sea level.
That is Wild Boar, where it's all turfed up.
And that is our wild boar expert.
Our plan was to head over to Cannock Ponds, where we were going to have some lunch, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that simple.
Well, we had hoped to park at Cannock Ponds, but like the sculpture trail, it's £8 to park. We count, I guess, as a minibus. There isn't actually a category for camper vans or motorhomes, so you couldn't get away with a car. And I don't know the details, but Graham said that you can pay to park a car for sort of 2, 4 or 6 hours, but for what is known as a minibus you have to pay £8 as a fixed fee, so we wouldn't have the choice of just staying for an hour and paying less. You have to pay £8 and presumably then you just stay all day, but you might not want to. So we're not going to stop, we're just literally going for a drive around so you can see a little bit of what it looks like.
So it's a shame, we're going to have to give the 2 reservoirs at Cannock Ponds a miss, and we're now heading for the free car park that we saw yesterday from the sculpture trail. But I'm sure we'll be back on another occasions. Cannock Ponds looks lovely.
So this is where we've parked up. It's a car park. We don't think you can stop overnight here. I don't think you can anywhere in the forest itself. So as you can see, there's cars and there's the road that we just came in on in the distance. But this one's free. So that's what we'll do.
Well, for lunch I've got a cheese and pita bread sandwich, which is very nice. Ellie's got the same,
Except
she's got vegan cheese and salad in there.
Yeah.
I don't want too much of that old salad malarkey.
No. No, we didn't want the healthy bits.
So, gonna bite into it then?
Shall I? I bet you get fed up watching me bite into food. Top notch. And what have we got to drink? We've got
the usual. No, we haven't got the usual.
No,
I've got my usual green
You've
tea.
got green tea. No, I made myself a hot chocolate.
Now I don't want to speak too loudly. Luna's asleep behind the seat, and as you can see she's having a dream. Oh, poor little thing. Often when she's dreaming her little paws go up and down as if she's running after a rabbit or something. Well, it's time for us to head on back to the campsite. This is our last night that we've got here on this occasion, and I've got Friday's vlog to edit and get published.
Well, we enjoyed our walks today. We've done 2, I think, today, haven't we? We did one over the back,
yeah,
and then the other one up the hill. Fancy Hill, or whatever it's called, New Fancy Hill or something.
New Fancy.
It's a funny name. Reminds me of Fondant Fancy, you know. The lemon one's always tasted the best. And we've got back, we've scoffed a hot cross bun, which of course we forgot to film. And we're on our second cup of tea. And Graham's just editing the vlog for tomorrow. So this is real seat of the pants. Oh yeah, sorry, for Friday. This is real seat of the pants for us, because normally they're sort of hopefully done by now. And we try not to edit when we're actually away, but we're kind of having to this time. But at least it's a nice location in which to be editing. So yeah, it's getting dark now on the site. We're sad to be going home tomorrow. We've really enjoyed our stay. I think if we were here for a week, we would really be able to relax and unwind.
Yeah, I was very tempted to extend it, but my car's in the garage. I've got to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just things at home that need doing, unfortunately. It's the way it goes sometimes. So I'm going to be doing a bit of knitting, and then when Graham's got all this lot knitted together as well, then we'll do the final editing. You know the van's a mess when the dog tries to tidy it up. This is Luna's attempt at clearing up. See, we put their dirty coats and their leads on the mat, and Luna's decided to turf up the mat and try to bury them. I think it's about time I got clearing up. So tonight we're trying something different. This is a little special. It's a bit like a stir fry, but it's an all-in-one frozen meal. So I just need to fry it. But yeah, bought it in Lidl's. Definitely worth trying something different though. So that's what the mixture looks like in the bag. It smells nice, sort of a coriander-y curry type smell. And I think it takes about 7 to 9 minutes to stir fry. So that's what I'm going to do. You have to start it on a high heat. So I'm just melting some saura. Oh, it's just sizzling away well. Smells really nice actually. And here's my smiley face pot. Quite a few people have commented and said the lid of this pot reminds them of a smiley face. And I know exactly what they mean. It does, doesn't it? Coming on nicely. Yeah. I think it's just about ready to serve up. He's got his pitchfork out.
Weapon of choice.
Weapon of choice. We're just about to sample the tea, so.
Right, let's see what it's like.
Graham's digging in. So this is the old Lidl's special with some grated cheese on top. What do you think? Is it okay?
Very nice.
Really? Be truthful? Yeah? Oh, good. I say be truthful because you might end up with it again if he doesn't tell me the truth and he doesn't like it. Certainly quite colourful. So yeah. So that was their Bulgar mix with stir-fried vegetables. We've got avocado and salad. I don't expect Graham will have much salad. You know what he's like. But yeah. Breakfast time again.
Croissant.
Croissant. Et croissant.
Yeah, croissant.
Et croissant. Yep. Well, what sort of night did you have, Gray?
All right, yeah.
We got up later than we thought this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we were supposed to be up and moving around early, but we weren't.
I actually said, if I get up at 7, if I wake up at 7, which is when our alarm goes off at home, I'll get up and we can make the most of the morning before we have to leave to go home. By the time we finally surfed, it was 9 o'clock. And I was thinking it was Graham whispering sweet nothings into my ear, but in fact, it was this one who was whispering sweet nothings into my ear. And I must admit that Graham's breath is a lot better than hers first thing in the morning. Yep, Luna was curled up on our pillow between us. If only I'd had my camera, that would have been priceless. But, yeah. Anyway, better get drinking my coffee, having my croissant, and then the plan is we tidy up, because the van is a bit of a mess, as you can see. Graham's not a mess, but the van's a mess. So we're tidying up, getting ready to rock, and getting ready to go, and we'll go for a walk before we leave. And then it'll just be a matter of driving off once we come back. So we'll see you in a bit.
We're just doing a little walk in the forest before we set off home. I don't know if you heard that bang, but that's the problem that we've got at the moment. Poor Luna's scared stiff of that. Someone's doing shotguns.
So poor Luna's really scared of the gunshots she can hear. It's quite loud actually. And, so I don't really know how far we're going to get because it's only so, you know, so much you can do. We're just hoping she'll go to the loo, but she hasn't done anything yet. Does it make my jeans very, very muddy? Look at that.
Shaking like a leaf, poor little thing.
This is a nice walk up here. Well, we've been climbing uphill now for a while. Quite a tough walk actually. Nice though. Don't know if you can hear the birds on the recording and the shotgun. I think they must be doing clay pigeon shooting. It's so regular. They wouldn't find rabbits or pheasants to shoot at that rapidly, I don't think.
This one's on high alert still. Quite a steep hill, as you can probably see with Graham coming up there. Yeah, this is where I got to yesterday. So this is all now new territory. And in the distance you can see the first signs of spring on this bush. Catkins! So it's not far away now. It might only be the beginning of February, but spring is on the way. I'm really enjoying my walk this morning. It's not so much a serious walk as a little stroll before we leave, but the only thing is with Luna being scared, we've got to be really careful not to sort of overstress her. Bless her. I don't know if any of you have got dogs that are scared of gunshot type sounds. Maya's fine, she doesn't notice it at all, but Luna hates anything like that, fireworks, gunshot type sounds. So we're really pleased that it stopped at the moment. It's meant we can carry on our walk a little bit. We do have to watch her because she does get really anxious about these things. I found a boar's footprint. Here's another one of those huge holes. Shame you can't actually get round the back of it to see whether it sort of goes under the ground or just into the ground. Oh, but here we have a lesser spotted Graham filming me as I film him. Hello!
Hello, Ellie!
Hello, Graham!
That's a big one, that one. It's really deep. See if I can get a better view of it from over here. I don't know. Let me zoom in and see what we can see. I think these are all the remains of open cast mines.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's hard to know with this one because there's no rock, it just looks like earth.
Yeah. Well, that seems a bit of an elaborate gate. Doesn't really even seem to go very far. Just into that bit. This is one of the things we like here. You've got this path splits up into, well, it's a crossroads. It splits up into different directions. Which one do we take? Is Ellie collecting fir cones?
Yeah. If you wonder why I'm collecting fir cones,
Yeah.
I've decided that because we got a new Christmas tree in the sales after Christmas, I'm going to try and collect pine cones from every place I visit, put some wire on them, and they're going to go onto the Christmas tree next Christmas.
Ah, will you label them where you found them?
Not sure yet. I will store them labelled and then I'll think about it. But yeah, it'd be quite a nice thing to do.
Yeah, good idea. And another elaborate gate that seems to go absolutely nowhere. Huh. Can hear a woodpecker in the distance. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And luckily the gunshots seem to have stopped. Let Luna calm down now. I think you do have to be careful where you walk. They have these fenced off bits and they're just marked up as danger. You never know how deep some of these open cast mine bits are going to be. There's another deep hole just there. They fence them off, obviously they don't want animals or people falling in them. One thing's for sure, you wouldn't want to walk back from the pub on a dark night in these woods. We just wish we could carry on walking a little bit, but we've got to go home. Unfortunately, got to pick my car up. That's been ready for a day or two from the garage. Although we're retired, we all seem to have a lot to do. Right, so we're in the middle of the forest at the moment. Just hope there's no path showing on Google Maps, but we're walking along a path. So and it seems like we're gradually moving in the right direction. We need to get to that path straight ahead or up on the screen. We are in a bit of a rush now.
Aren't we always?
Yeah, well we've got to be off the site at 12. It's about it's 22 now, I think. Just gone past. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
oh,
so
we should be alright then.
We should be alright, but...
The only thing that worries me coming this way is I think there was a river you got across.
I am not swimming back to Merlin.
No.
A river? Are you sure?
Yeah. There was, as we walked along, there was a river to our right, wasn't there, the other day?
That is true, yeah.
And my way of thinking, that's between us and that path. But... Well,
if it is, you'll have to phone the site and tell them we're stuck.
I'm sure there'll be a way across.
I am not swimming.
I mean, there's horse hoof prints here, so I would imagine horses come this way.
But they've got long legs.
Yeah, and they can go through water
without having to take their shoes and socks off.
Oh well.
No, it wouldn't be us if we didn't have a bit of an adventure though, would it?
No. We're going downhill quite steeply now.
Oh yeah. And we haven't got our sensible shoes on because it was a little walk.
No, I only put my driving shoes on.
Yeah, I've got my summer shoes on just because we thought, oh, we'll just do a little stroll. But if you've followed us for any length of time, you know what happens with our little strolls. One thing leads to another and we end up, getting lost and going for long walks, don't we?
We do. Alright, I've got to keep my eye on where I'm walking. It's a bit...
don't want you breaking your leg. That would not be funny. But these shoes are not the most grippy either, are they?
No. Well, we're coming down the path and we can now see the main path we need to get to. Just hope there's not a river between us and it. No, we're good. It's straight onto the main path where we were day before yesterday. Yeah? So we haven't got a problem crossing a river.
Hey.
Don't know where the river goes though. No. Must go on. They must have diverted it onto this little track. Yeah, there is a little stream river. And luckily it's been diverted underneath the track. So we can cross okay.
Yeah, no shoes and socks off.
No.
I'm pleased, I don't fancy that in February. Oh, that's the noise again.
The shotgun started up again.
Well, that's our cue to get back to Merlin.
And this is the main track back to where we got to go. In fact, you can see Merlin next to those buildings. He's on the left of the buildings. That's Merlin's roof.
Join us next week when our tempers reach boiling point and a major complication makes us seriously consider giving up YouTube.
You could take the tension out of it a bit
GoPro, stop recording.
and say, right, we'll get to where we're
GoPro, stop
going.
recording. GoPro, stop recording.
It's all right.
GoPro, stop recording. Where's your head? Can you sit normal? Do you want to say something, Al? Just
If I must.